Welcome to Podnutz Daily for October 3rd, 2008, episode number 91. Had a MacBook. This was a MacBook from a couple days ago. Come into the shop. The customer was using Parallels because they needed to run Quicken, and they had Quicken 2006 for Windows, so they were running Parallels to get that up and running. Well, here's the problem. The computer ran fine on Parallels running Windows XP. Everything ran smooth. Everything ran fast. The second we started Quicken, the thing would freeze and just drag to it like a halt and use up all the spare memory and just act really strange. So I went in, I did all my normal, I guess I wouldn't call them normal. What did I do? I ran dial-a-fix. I made sure that the system files were all properly there. I ran scan, or from the run line, I ran SFC space /scan now, which makes sure all Windows files that aren't supposed to be altered are in their proper spot and unaltered. Ran a couple things. I even did a system restore because a couple weeks ago her Quicken was running absolutely fine. So I tried to restore the system back to that point. Even after all those things, after I ran Quicken, it still would hang up. So I said, gosh, I might have to reinstall the operating system. I even uninstalled Quicken and reinstalled Quicken, still the same problem. Then finally I did a Windows repair, where you actually don't reinstall Windows. Before you get to that point in the installation process, you hit R for repair. And this isn't the recovery console, not to be confused. It's kind of confusing because you do have to hit R from the Windows setup screen, but it's for the Windows repair. Ran that, still the same problem. Turns out what it was Quicken was fine. Her actual database for Quicken was corrupted. So every time Quicken tried to call up her information, which was defaulted to start automatically, the system would freeze. Luckily, she was keeping pretty semi-steady backups. I told Quicken to go and search for the previous database. Loaded up the previous database, everything was fine. So the Quicken database got corrupted. It could have happened, I think, in a number of ways, but that is what was causing that. Had nothing to do with it being Parallels, running on a Mac. It actually was a Windows problem, and it's typical for Quicken. Quicken and QuickBooks, I always have problems with those programs. That's why I don't use them personally. Okay, we got another computer here. It was a HP laptop DV6000 model, a model famous for having motherboard failures, and which if you have one and the motherboard does fail on you, I know if you go to HP's website and dig around a little bit and check your exact model number, they extended the warranty an extra year, so you might still be covered. But this I thought was a hard drive problem. Every time I tried to install from the factory partition, to reinstall Windows from the factory partition, it would crash. I got a Vista OEM Home Premium disk. I threw that in. During the installation process, it would crash. So I'm like, all right, it's got to be a bad hard drive. I actually ran CTools on the hard drive, a short test, and it passed. I also ran SpinRite on the drive, level 2, and it didn't pick up any errors. But I was convinced it was the hard drive for some reason, even though it passed those two tests. Well, I should have listened to those two tests because I bought another hard drive and I put it in. The system continued to crash during the installation. So I even ran Derek's Boot and Nuke on the old hard drive just to make sure the thing was completely wiped so I could put a fresh install of Vista on it. And still, it would keep crashing every time I tried loading Vista. And I tried like 3 different Vista disks. So I knew it wasn't the Vista disks. I knew I thought it was the hard drive at that point. It turns out after I put the new hard drive in, the same thing kept happening. I took out 3 things. Took out the wireless card. I took out both sticks of RAM. And I put in my own a piece of RAM that I had laying in the shop that I knew was good. And the system ran fine. So that narrowed it down. All right, guys, just ignore the guy in the chat room. So that narrowed it down. So what it was at this point was it was either wireless card or it was either the RAM. I put the wireless card back in, the system ran fine. So at this point, I knew it was one of the sticks of RAM. I put one stick of RAM in, it failed. Took that stick out, put the other one that he had in, it worked. So narrowed it down that one of his sticks of RAM is bad. That was the problem with that one. It was not the hard drive. Should have listened to the tests. C-Tools told me it was okay. SpinRite told me it was okay. In the Podnutz Lounge, guys, it's a little funny right now. I don't want to use the Ustream chat in there indefinitely, and I don't want to use the older chat because it doesn't show up on everybody's computer. So I'm still looking for a good chat client. I definitely don't want to use Ustream because, first of all, because these stupid spammers, but second of all, they're starting to put ads. If you watch the videos, they're starting to put ads on the website. Like on the actual video itself, and Ustream's free, and that's fine. I can understand them putting ads over on the side, maybe, but when they put it right in my face, I don't know. I might be switching over to another service if the ads get bad enough. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to enter the contest for the leaf blower, you got to do this. Send me your experiences working on a computer or as a computer tech. The person with the best experience, good, bad, or however, will win the leaf blower. Send them to mail@podnutsdaily.com. Subject line, put contest, so I know what you're talking about. All right, let me read a couple emails. I don't know what's going on in the chat. I turned it off, so I can't even see it, guys. So if there's anything going on there, just ignore it. Okay. Tom writes. Tom says, for the ads that actually, for the links that I have on the podnutz.com homepage, the links to the super anti-spyware site, he's asking if I get a cut of that. It's a good question. It's probably this email was probably meant to be personal, but I want to announce that, yes, I do get a cut. If you guys go through and link from Podnutz, go through the link on podnutz.com to super anti-spyware, and you actually buy from them through that link, I will get a commission. We set it up that way. I mean, they have an affiliate program. It's perfectly fine and normal. I like supporting them, and in this way, they're supporting us. And if you guys go through my link, you're supporting both of us. So I just want to make that known. If you do decide you want to get super anti-spyware, go through the Podnutz link, and you will actually be helping me in the podcast. It's nice to have a little extra money to throw at things. Maybe I'll get a better camera or a better mixer or something like that down the line. Better mic, something like that down the line. Okay, Larry says, "Hi, I'm in computer repair, and I'm often called to check slow-moving computers and some that just don't do much without stopping. I guess I'm trying to say spyware. I use Hijack This to check the advanced startup and most times the correct majority of the problems. Then you have the spyware that is embedded or reinstalls after deleted and becomes a nuisance. It's like a game of chess. You know it's your move. Is there a tool for techs to use on multiple computers that will not become a major spyware problem within itself? I want to